It's a fun weekend for fighting. It's nothing monumental. There was no pay-per-view UFC card. There was Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor. That was on Netflix. I thought it was a great fight. It felt good. It was like a relaxing, low key. Everyone gets the win they want. You wanted Wonder Boy. I thought Wonder Boy won that, but I digress. I'm gonna start with Serrano versus Katie Taylor. So personally, I had Taylor winning 4, and I had Serrano winning 6. I think that Serrano just performed better when it came to counter punches and actually weaving between the fight. She was doing really well with the pull counters. That's one thing I noticed the entire time. She was moving really well against the ropes. There was a lot of times where Taylor was just stuck against the ropes for a long time. Another thing I noticed about this fight was last one was 3 minutes. This one was 2-minute rounds. One of the things of MVP productions or promotions is they advertise for women 3-minute rounds, just like men. That's something that women have been fighting for a while. So that makes me think this either was because of the state commission. I don't know. I didn't look into it. I probably should have, but it's either because of the state commission or they just didn't want to do it. Another thing, both girls agreed to not do a 4th fight. I think that makes sense now because Amanda Serrano has lost every single fight against Katie Taylor. Imagine fighting the same person 3 times and getting your butt whooped. She stood behind her jab, Serrano, and she was doing a real good job at keeping her at a distance. Both these women, I feel like their career has been stuck on this for so long. It's kind of weird to see what will happen. I assume it's going to be still with Netflix and MVP, or Katie Taylor's with Eddie Hearn. But I assume that it's all going to be very public because this was a pretty legendary 3 fights. Probably the most popular in women's boxing, I would assume. I thought it was fine. It was entertaining. Next, Lauren Murphy retired. Invicta champion. UFC. Thought it was a good fight. I did have her losing though. Chris Curtis beat Max Griffin. I'm not sure. The output looked a lot more from Max Griffin. Chris Curtis was just having like better ring IQ and then better personality in it, showing that he's winning. I also I thought Max Griffin had done enough to take the win, but I get it. Junior Tafa versus Tuco Tokos. Tafa has no wrestling. He has no grappling whatsoever. He has great hands, but he has no grappling, which is weird. That's something that he needs to fix before this sport outgrows him. I think he's like 4-2 in his UFC fights. And it looks like this sport's going to outgrow him soon. So he needs to figure something out. And either develop his striking to a way that he could combat wrestlers with foot movement and stuff like that, footwork. Because Tuco Tokos is not the most challenging guy you're going to fight in the light heavyweight division. Probably not even close. So he definitely needs he needs to reevaluate his style. Vitor Petrino versus Austin Lane. I knew Austin Lane. I don't think he's that good. I think that you come off the practice squad, you join the UFC, you're going to have to do a lot more than you do. You'd think that he'd be better at wrestling. He got caught in a triangle pretty early in the fight, not in the round, but it was just like, you could have done better. Nate Landwehr, that was crazy. That was an awesome fight. That was probably fight of the night, I'm sure. He started out super slow. Lost the first round. I gave him the second, then he got knocked down the third. The Pirate's just super good. So fast. The speed differential was obvious. There was a huge gap in who was throwing the more clean punches. And then in the end, it didn't even matter because the Pirate just took it. Steve Garcia. He's great. He's a little older, I think, but he's great. Being able to fight Calvin Kattar and he's so clearly winning was just pretty incredible. He uses his length well. He's taller, more lengthy in the featherweight, and he just sat behind that strike, popped him. It was good. Stephen Thompson. I thought Stephen Thompson won this. I thought he had done enough. I think that what won the judges over in the end was the takedown on the last round. If that takedown didn't happen, I believe Wonder Boy would have won. I think 100% Wonder Boy would have won. Because we know he won the second, and then he stunned him twice in the third, but I think Bonfim just landed more takedowns, which was weird. Derek Lewis versus Taliesin Teixeira. Come on. The stoppage was a little early. We all know that. I think every single person knows that. But I think also with those big guys, you gotta evaluate the risk. If someone's wailing on him on the ground, is it the smartest idea to let it go? No. He was trying to get back up, and I think he would have gotten back up, but I think that was a pretty hard shot. If you look at the replays, that was a pretty bad shot. And then he mooned everyone after, which was weird. But The question is, do you give him a title shot next? Heavyweight's pretty boring right now. I think there's probably maybe two guys, ahead of him for a title shot just because there's no one else really in the win column like he is. I know he just got back into it, but that was a pretty big win, especially over a prospect of the heavyweights. I think this was his third or second fight in the UFC. So we'll see. I don't think he should get a title shot right away, obviously. I think he has some people to get through, which I think he's capable of. I think if he's going to make a title run, it's now. Exciting stuff.